Hey, I'm Jeff Klein. We're here at a home in West Austin, Texas. We put some recording gear inside. We have a bunch of friends joining us to sort of talk about home recording techniques and also just to tell some stories. So come and join us.
Do you guys have any superstitious or odd studio practices? I'll give you one to start. If the engineer will let me, I drop drums off the night before just to let them get used to the room. That's just something.
I feel like most of the time I don't have that luxury because I'm using the studio's
I bring
gear.
snare and cymbals.
Yeah, I bring snare and cymbals.
A lot of time the studio kit that engineer's been working on for weeks and weeks, it's like he's got it dialed.
Yeah.
And if you bring in something completely different, it's going to kind of throw him in a way. He's not going to be as comfortable.
Yeah.
It's going to make you less comfortable as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
if
mean,
they have a house kit, that's always preferable.
That's what I was gonna say,
Like
like,
it's
if I'm-
there and they know where to put the mics on it.
Yeah, like if I'm bringing drums and they want me to change heads, I'll definitely try to change them the day before, you know? But other than that, no. Like it's ideal, I think, if there's a kit set up that's mic'd and that has like lived in that room for a while, you know?
That reminds me of a funny thing that I heard, that the Motown sound. Have you guys been to Motown on tour?
And I
And
never.
it's a garage, basically.
It's-
man.
yeah,
with
it's
like
nothing.
a linoleum
Gotta
floor.
go.
It's fucking awesome.
With
yeah.
what about the floor worn out by the console?
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, I don't know if I saw that.
Completely worn through to the wood, and the
Oh,
wood's
wow.
worn out. But evidently the story was, once they got that room happening, it was cooking, you couldn't move a cymbal an inch. You weren't allowed to touch anything or retune anything.
Because it was the sound,
The bass amp could not be moved a centimeter from where it was.
That's amazing.
Because the room was just happening.
So what do we have set up here? We have 4 mics. We got
Starlights for overheads.
rods for overheads. What's going on with the snare?
Well, I wanted to try this for years. I read something somewhere that in like the old Stax or Motown studios where they had limited miking, they would mic the shell, which gave them a great warm, fat snare sound, and also got enough of the hi-hat that was believable.
Yeah.
Instead of doing the 2 mic normal.
Yeah,
contemporary
it's like
thing.
getting everything in the one
Yeah.
space. That makes total sense to me.
Right.
And then what's going on up here? You're
Spirit
like
on the front here.
on the front, just like away from, like
A little bit back from the hole.
not in the hole, outside the hole.
A little bit back. Just a little bit of air off the kick.
Awesome.
Some of the cymbals too. So.
Yeah, so it's sort of like a roomy vibe for everything,
Yeah.
and then a close vibe.
Get everything
For the-
done as efficiently as possible.
Yeah, which is great in like an atmosphere like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you were talking about Ringo's dead drum sounds, and I'm always curious about other drummers' dampening tricks. Anybody got any special ones? No, I've used babies' diapers actually, like cloth diapers.
Used?
But new.
Ooh.
Or
I love,
washed.
Do
honestly,
you really use diapers?
I have used on the drums.
That's-
for dampening.
that's crazy.
What about the old, all the old guys always talk about the wallet trick.
That's what I was about to say. I mean, I use
I
that
like
all
it,
the
except
time.
it moves. It gets in your way.
Gotta get some
Yeah.
more cash in there, baby.
Oh,
No, I use a wallet constantly.
Really?
That's my main dampener, I would say.
Let's see your wallet.
Oh, I do have it.
Let's see how much cash you have,
That's
bro.
perfect.
Not a lot. Not a lot.
I find the whole dampening thing fascinating because some people are so anti-dampening drums. Again, it depends on the application. I mean, what kind of music you're playing, what style you are. Open drums sound great. There was a picture I posted one time on tour, and it was an overhead shot of the kit that every drummer does, you know.
Right.
And I had the black dots on the kit, but I also had gaff all over it, you know.
Yeah.
And it was funny. One of the comments on this thing was, "Gaff tape. Guy obviously doesn't know how to tune his drums." And I just laughed.
Yeah,
like I was just like, "This is hilarious to me," because that means like, I mean, I found it really humorous, but to me, it just makes me laugh that you're like, that would just be like saying like, "Oh, he uses a 16-inch crash instead of a 18. He obviously can't play drums." You're like, no, you're just different applications for different
You
things.
sit
You know?
on somebody else's kit, and there's like literally visible ripples in the rack tom head. You
Yeah.
hit it, and it's like, oh, that's so good.
Yeah,
Right.
it sounds
I
great.
gotta,
Yeah,
I gotta try it.
Right.
So what do we got going on here? We have this very intimidating.
This
Top
is the
mic.
most complex microphone setup you will ever see.
It seems it. We got 4 mics. We're using 4 mics.
This is a take on, Glenn Johns was quite an engineer.
Mm-hmm.
This is probably something similar to that. There's lots of kind of variations that people have taken over the years. The main 3, which is the overhead, the one outside or out to the right by the floor tom, and then a kick drum. We've today added another with the figure 8 pattern, which is capturing mainly the kind of the attack of the kick drum, like the batter side kick, and then the bottom snares, which are
Right, so it gives a little more detail, just a little extra detail than the regular
well,
Glenn Johns.
if you don't like slam it through a compressor or anything, it is just kind of a weird, odd combination of a lot of low end and a lot of high end at the same time. I tend to try to like overdrive, maybe like push the mic pre and then into a compressor, maybe slam it, and you could have a pretty natural, organic feel with the other mics, and then you add this thing, and then all of a sudden it's an entirely different
gives
beast.
it a little extra sauce.
It just has this magic sauce on it, man. For years, and my friends and I coined it a long time ago as the crotch mic. We didn't really know what else to call it. And it's in that, but yeah.
If I told each of you to grab one mic and get one good full kit sound, where do you try it first? Where do you place it?
3 sticks up off the snare,
Yeah.
I think.
I think sometimes, depending on where your cymbals are, you can also get one, if you're only using a 4-piece, above the kick, kind of angled down at the snare.
Yeah. That's
Where
the
you're
one.
getting the toms, you
Like
kind of
between the right cymbal and the
yeah,
tom.
exactly.
Yeah,
that's
that's
kind of
a
if you have
good one.
one.
I feel like I've gotten a lot of good sounds with that
Yeah.
placement. I don't know about that stuff, but I know that like when there's a mic there, it's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys prefer playing live or in the studio? Any strong preference either way? It's a different kind of love.
Yeah.
Cully, why don't you take this one first?
Honestly, it's hard to compare the two for me anyway. I guess live is fun, but I think the older I get, the more I appreciate studio stuff. Like just that style of playing is so different, and you're controlling cymbals and you're controlling the sound so much more. Where live, you're just competing with a bunch of assholes and you just gotta play, So it's like it doesn't matter. Like it's all coming through a PA. So that skill, it's more performance. Whereas like live, studio is more. It's more musical sometimes, for me anyway.
So we got 1 microphone?
We got 2.
2.
We've got 1, and then 1 in the bathroom.
1 in the bathroom.
Yep, we've got the Origin in the bathroom, and this one here.
Wow. So this is just sort of like capturing all the close stuff.
Yep, all the close stuff kind of pointed at the snare to shoot over the kick drum and get a little bit of everything.
So nothing on the kick, nothing on the snare, Just kind of 2 mics caching everything,
2 mics, a lot of EQ, and some compression.
and Cully.
Yeah.
And the drummer.
You know. Yeah.
Yeah, the rest of it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. So you're doing all the work on this one because
Right. That's why I like it. It's just kind
this
of.
is great for this environment too because it's just 2 microphones. So if you have like a small rig, you can just set it up,
2
hit
mics,
record.
2 pre's, and that's it.
Man, keep it simple, stupid, right?